All right, I get it. Cut it. Get it out of here.
I think I can't pay my mortgage. Can't pay my bills. I reverse parked my car in the driveway to
Yeah, I
stay
can't
away
believe
from the repo man. I haven't hit a bet in like 6, 7 games.
it's still preseason for us, so it's understandable.
I we started hot. We came back when we rose from the ashes. We came back. We were on fire because
It's just science, dude. It's just math. It boils down to.
ice. I'm on an ice water only until
That's
I hit
healthy
it.
though.
That's fine. Kyle, week one, 30-second recap. Give it to me.
Offenses are rusty. Unders were kind of nice. Let me be transparent. I didn't pick every under. I just picked like my 6 favorite ones, and I went 4-2. So the unders were spicy. Your boy Tua led the league in passing yards, and he didn't look like fantastic. Tyreek, is Tyreek, so that helped. But besides him, no one else above 300. So kind of interesting. Defenses are back. Maybe rushing the ball is back. I don't know.
How many 100-yard receivers did the Dolphins have?
Did they have two?
Yeah, Jalen Waddle got like I think 105, 115 yards. Sneaky.
It's him and Tyreek are beasts, but hopefully the Dolphins clean it up.
All right, offenses are out, defenses are in. 2024 NFL football. That is the week one recap.
Running the ball's back.
Running the ball's back.
Running backs are so back right now. It's crazy. I think that was a nice comfort thing maybe because it's week one. They were just like, let's just hand the ball off. Except the Jets can't fucking run the ball. But yeah, everyone else. And I got
Well, the Niners are the best defense in the league, but that Jordan Madison guy, he's a vet, right? He's played a lot of football.
Yeah, he's on like his 4th contract or something. Dude, we can get into the Jets. I have a lot to talk about, but I'd rather talk about other things before that.
Well, here's what I think we should do: is we're in a unique situation because we're the number one sports podcast in the Southwest, but we're also, if you know me and Kyle, you know our background. So the Tyreek thing,
Yes,
I think it's appropriate because I'm not going to say, but if you know me and Kyle's background, we have a hand in both pots here.
I'm glad you brought it up because I was going to ask you for a comment. So let's hear it. I need your comment.
I think both are at fault. Tyreek Hill he wasn't a pedestrian walking on the sidewalk. He wasn't he did something wrong. But also when you're that cop and you walk up and you knock on the window and he rolls down and he pulled over, right? He didn't flee in his $1 billion sports car. I don't even know what type of car that was.
Yeah, it was probably like a Lambo or something, right?
He pulled over. He gave the cop his driver's license, and then go do whatever you're gonna do. You're gonna was it criminal speeding? I don't know. Go give him a citation.
It sounded like it was criminal speeding. I think the officer's issue was that the tint was so dark. He was like, "Do not roll that up." He was like,
Yeah.
"You had a nicer light tint, then I'll see through it. And if you want to be that guy that says I'm not rolling my window down, sir, complete the citation, and I'll be on my way." But he can't see in the car. Yeah, I think 2 people can be wrong at once. I think that is something that happens. Um,
Well,
a lot of people online just
they're hating. Okay, and they don't understand that it's a tough job. Where you pull over somebody and their status in the world shouldn't affect how they get treated, right? Like, hey, you have to leave your window down so I could talk to you. That tint was very dark, but again, all very minor. Like Tyreek Hill is not a criminal that's got a bunch of guns and stuff in the car.
But these cops in Miami are a bunch of Cuban dudes that don't fucking watch football probably, and they're all roided up, and
Yeah.
they like baseball. Who knows? They don't know who they're engaging with. Some random dude has a Lambo.
Well, the second cop who walked away in the body cam tells the third cop oh, that's Tyreek Hill.
Okay. So they have to know the stars. I get it, but there's also it's Miami, so a lot of people have really nice cars. It's not Tucson, Arizona, or
right.
Some.
But is he on his way into the game? That looked like game day traffic control.
Probably, or some sort of Yeah, some sort of like motor stop where people are out there just pulling traffic on that guy going. I mean, they said he was going 100.
Yeah, something I read right now said he was doing 60.
Someone can just say that, but like the cop pulled him over and mentioned 100.
Oh,
That's a
did
lot.
he? Okay. The
So
body, like I don't like watching body cam. Probably the same reason a chef doesn't watch Gordon Ramsay shows. It just
yeah,
sometimes it gets cringe, and you're like, you understand the perspective from both sides, and you're like, he could do differently,
yeah.
right?
I'm sure if the cop had another chance at it, but he went in there without knowing much. The guy was being weird and confrontational. But
Yeah, I mean
whatever.
Tyreek Hill was not nice.
Yeah,
He was
he'd be
he
about
was
right.
he's like, oh, I just had knee surgery, I can't sit down, and then in about an hour he's going to do a backflip after scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, yeah. He's
So
60 years old. We gotta
yeah, and then I think at one point Tyreek Hill's like, "Come on, 12." So like he's playing into the bullshit too. You you,
Yeah, he
you
said
hate
he
to
wanted
see
to
it.
be a police officer.
Yeah, yeah. He was like Shaq's a cop in Miami, isn't he?
Some sort of sheriff or something. But yeah, I don't know. Weird. I think. Can I also take hot take? And it's not that hot. I don't think it was a big deal.
No, I don't. I think he got arrested, right? They arrested him and released
No,
him, is what they said.
detained.
Well, I think they gave him a citation.
Was it a criminal one or a civil one?
Oh, I don't know, but he gets his thing. He's gonna have to go to court. It is what it is. I think the issues are when they ask him to sit down, and the one cop like does a pressure point on his side of his leg to get him to sit down, and
Yeah, no. I mean, there's the extracurriculars for that. You just gotta be a little bit better.
it's Tyreek Hill. Okay, hey, you can clear. You can clear. Hey, what do you want to do? You want to give him a ticket? Cool. I'll stand by with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, do you want to stand in? Okay, stand. Sure. If that man took off running in handcuffs, I'm not catching him. But also, it's Tyreek Hill.
Can you
Like,
imagine like a cop caught him while running away? Like he'd have to get signed.
yeah, yeah. The Bills would be on the phone.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
the
do you,
Jets, every team would be like,
do you think you can understand cover two formations?
yeah, can you just follow him around the whole game?
Yeah, I think both parties are at fault. I think the country is blowing a little out of proportion, especially the sports media people are like, "Oh my god, this he got
Horrifying.
he got handcuffed. He should not have been like forced to the ground like that. Once they found out he was Tyreek Hill, take him out of handcuffs, give him his citation, understand what you're dealing with, and move on.
Yeah, agreed.
Tyreek Hill, be nicer.
Yeah, don't be a prick.
You sped. They didn't pull you over for doing 35 and a 30.
Just imagine if this professional sports league was in Russia or North Korea.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill probably.
Nah,
You never
I'm
know.
sure like the mafia would take out those cops because they need that sport. They didn't cover the spread.
They did.
They didn't.
They did not. Right. I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah. So the mafia would be after those cops.
I know. I thought they were like my lock of week one. I thought they were going to pounce, but okay.
Well, Calais Campbell got detained. Jonnu Smith was there. Robbie Chosen. A lot of new guys. Yeah, where was Tua?
Tua was probably at the game on time and didn't have to speed to get there.
All right.
Did you see that story about from the other sports thing about the wide receiver who showed up to the game like right on time with a bag of candy in his hand?
Was that wasn't Jamar Chase or one of those guys, was it?
I think it was a Steeler. I think it was like George Pickens.
Yeah, this is the problem with this like day and age is like these guys want to get paid, they want all these contracts, they hold out, blah blah blah, and then they do stupid stuff like this. Is that you getting a call saying that you should have been at somewhere this morning?
No, that's something else. That's probably someone calling us to. That's probably Liquid Death calling us to offer a contract for 2-sip and water reviews.
One day.
So real quick, we'll move into your 2-sip drink. We'll move into sports betting. But I wore this today. Do you know what the significance of the University of Arizona is right now?
They're doing pretty good in football.
What about it?
They
2-0.
I don't know. I didn't read up on.
They have the nation's longest winning streak. University of Arizona has the nation's longest winning streak in college football. Do you want to guess how many games? They didn't go undefeated last year.
So like 12, 10, something like that.
9.
Okay.
9 games. So,
Well,
bear down.
when you start your schedule with Murderers Row of, the Sisterhood School for the Deaf and Blind and NAU, it's going to be a tough battle.
Hey, University of New Mexico is a good school this year. That quarterback is going to enter the transfer portal, and that quarterback for University of Mexico is going to go to a big name school next year. That kid was good.
Yeah. No, I know. Look, you need your cupcakes before you start your new
Yeah.
Big 12 stuff. Speaking of college, real quick, Rutgers running back on the Heisman watch. Just letting you know.
That kid's good, but you know who else is very good? Is that ASU running back Cam Scabito, and he has a cool name. When you have a cool name and you're good at football,
has a cool name. His first name's Kyle. Black dude named Kyle.
I need a soundboard.
Black dudes named Kyle are scary. He has a ton of rushing yards, and here's the fun fact of the day: he hasn't taken a snap in the fourth quarter yet of his 2 games he's played.
Because they keep just dominating, or what?
Yeah, they're up by too much, so they're not putting him in. But yeah, he's playing well. College football's fun. It's every week is just wild because these are college kids and they can have just really off nights, like if you play in South Bend. That was a Notre Dame dig.
Hey, what'd you say? Why was he cool again? Oh, I need a.
Look, I messed your timing up.
I know. I need a soundboard. All right. 2-step drink review. What do you got for us?
So it's in this Deadpool Wolverine cup that I
got. Haven't seen it yet.
Really?
No, nope, you didn't think.
Movie like in the last year. Look at it moves the cup.
Oh. It's an action cup.
Yeah, I sipped it already. It's a White Monster. I haven't ever done the White Monster, which is like the OG.
The sugar-free White Monster in the can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I needed it on ice. So the White Monster is really good, but it's not like ultimate good. I think it's like an 8.4. 8.4.
That's a good score.
Yeah, it is because it's iconic. It was like one of the first sugar-free energy drinks, so legacy helps. I'm all about it. Earned its stripes.
You're gonna have to put a White Monster can on the screen.
Yeah, I'll put one on there.
With a 8.4.
I'll superimpose.
What did you give the sugar-free?
Sorry,
you got to cover that up now. You got to put the White Monster there to cover that up.
Yeah.
What did you give the sugar-free Monster? Remember they came out with the OG Monster, but it was sugar-free.
That's one of the best.
That was gave like a 9.5 maybe.
Yeah, I have some in my fridge downstairs.
Oh yeah, should have done
They're
that.
Kind of limiting them. You don't see them out at QTs anymore. Go to your local QT. It's hard to find now. They used to be big.
I have a Ghost Face Pop today for my workout.
Not good.
No, I'll take a sip.
Review it, but it's
not good.
No.
All right, 2-sip. A White Monster. Kyle's gonna cover his middle finger with it. 8.4.
8.4.
Right now, FanDuel, not sponsored the show yet. 50% profit boost on the Thursday night football game. Let's jump right into it. We're talking Dolphins, we're talking Bills, and I've got a strategy, right? I've got this new strategy because me and you have just been cold as ice. Cold as ice. So I got a brand new strategy.
Is it the George Costanza?
What is the George Costanza?
Everything you think, you just bet the opposite.
Correct. Okay, so let's get into this. Thursday night, Buffalo Bills at Miami Dolphins. They have Miami minus 2.5. They have Buffalo money line plus 120. I get Miami in the heat, daytime game. Well, no, it's a nighttime game. Nighttime game, yeah, nighttime game. What would I do? I would bet that Buffalo money line.
Oh my god!
Because that just
wouldn't, Mark.
That just seemed like that's what you would do. That just seems like the right move to play here is, the Dolphins didn't look good. The Bills didn't look good, but then the Bills figured it out. Josh Allen went on a tear in the last two quarters.
He's good. He's good.
So, this is not a homer pick. I don't like this pick. Caveat, I don't like any of these picks. Miami -2.5.
What's the total?
Over under is 48.5.
Ugh. I'll take the under.
Under 48.5?
Yeah.
I think the last time they played it was 19-21.
Yeah, I'll take the under. Just because short week, people get banged up week one. I call this just meatball sports brain, where you're like, it's just based off of just dumb science from watching football forever. Banged up, short week, rivals. That's it. Take the under.
Okay, with the 50% profit boost, you can only do a $5 bet.
Wow.
But if you $5 bet the parlay of the under and Buffalo Bills money line, you get $21 for $5. But I think it's more you're supposed to create. You're probably supposed to create one of those crazy parlays. We'll have to get Sheedon. Like, hey, Sheedon, what's your crazy parlay for the Dolphins game?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a touchdown parlay this Sunday. That's all I'm gonna do.
Oh, we'll share it. I'll share it.
Okay. I gotta think it up.
All right, that's it. Kyle under, Mark -2.5, because I think you want to win money. I would put it on Buffalo money line. However, we're ice cubes.
George
So we're gonna
Costanza.
do the flip. All right, give me the day game.
Okay, so I'm gonna just let you know, this might be my mortal lock of the year.
You're launch it to the moon.
Yeah, this
Gonna
is
hit. Put your mortgage on it.
put my paycheck on it, which means it's gonna fucking lose. But,
Is that how you did? I like how you did the lighting when you went.
oh no, it's not. It's because I keep moving. I don't know. It went dark again. Whatever. Okay, here it is. You're gonna pick, and I will pick the Colts Packers game.
Oh, it is. So this is your mortal lock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first, and let me take a look at it. I wasn't aware. I just became aware.
It opened at 3, and now it's -3.5 with the Colts as the favorite.
Oh man, it's in Green Bay. The Colts as the favorite. They're just saying Anthony Richardson can't over under 40.5. We're talking about 21-20. That's over.
Now, the big thing, and I want to remind you, and I know you know, Jordan Love not playing. Malik Willis is your starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
Anthony Richardson looked good in spurts. 40 is so tiny. Those defenses aren't that elite. I don't like either team. Colts -3. Colts to go into Green Bay. Give me the over 40.5. Life is too short to bet the under. Give me the over.
I think the Colts are going to go in there and stomp on them because Malik Willis stinks. So Richardson looked good. Now, you saw all the highlights, right, from Richardson off his back leg and stuff?
Yeah, from his knee, he launched it.
How many completions do you think Richardson have? Over under was 14 right now.
I mean, that's tough. I would say he got 14.
Okay, under. How many? I'm going to give you another number. 12. Over under.
Under then, if that's where we're going.
I'll give you another number. 10. Over under.
No, we had 8 completions?
He had 9 completions for 19. 9 for 19. But one of them was a fucking 60-yard bomb, and the other was a 50-yard bomb.
Yeah, but how many yards did he have rushing?
He had 212. Oh, well, passing 212. Rushing, he had 56. I'm not saying he's bad by any means. I think he's going to be super talented, but 9 completions is not a lot. I mean, I guess if you didn't need to, that's fine. But I think he's going to do well against this team because Malik Willis stinks. So I like them. Um, Green Bay's kind of feisty. It's a home game, their home opener because they were, in
Sao Paulo.
gangland, Brazil. So, yeah, I just like the Colts to really rock them with a backup quarterback in.
All right, that's your lock of the century.
Yeah, with Anthony Richardson running around. Hey, real quick transition. Last week I was re-listening because I said a lot of wrong stuff. But do you remember what I said about Alan Lazard last week?
You said that him and Rogers were gonna have a huge connection, and one touchdown was garbage time, and one touchdown was weird, but he got two touchdowns. Like you weren't wrong.
He had two touchdowns. I think he almost had 100 yards. So, no, not the worst kind of game. But yeah, look, I have some stuff where I'm like, yeah, okay. He had 89 yards. And he had a drop on the first play of the game. So I was like, boy, that take was really tough.
89 yards, two touchdowns. I mean, it's
It's a pretty good game.
yeah. You
All
called
right.
it. All right.
Now what's our afternoon?
I think did the NFL say they're going to start pushing more games to the afternoon time?
They said minimum 3 will be in the afternoon now.
I thought that was always the minimum.
No, they would have 2 sometimes, and it stunk.
Well, our afternoon games are kind of a little rough.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and just give you the game that I think is the toughest to pick.
Oh God.
And I think that's going to be Cardinals Rams.
Cardinals Rams. So Rams getting a tough break injury with Puka going out for a couple of weeks. I don't know if they're going to put him on the pup or not. Maybe they did already, so that means he's out for like 4 weeks.
They did.
Okay, so Cooper looked good. 14 receptions is just classic Matt Stafford. 14 receptions was 5 more than Richardson completed in his game. So I think they're super scary. Stafford threw for 300 yards, so I made a mistake. It was him and Tua were the 300-yard guys.
Yeah, Tua still had more yards.
Yeah, Tua had more. The Cardinals are just so scary with their offense, and they didn't even really get it going, but they're just like Kyler's running around and Marvin Harrison didn't do anything, and they still kept it really close to the Bills. I know the Bills had a lot of turnovers and weird stuff, but I like the Rams. I think they're just a little bit more experienced. They're not going to turn the ball over as much, do stupid stuff. I think the Rams are going to take care of business. They are. I'm showing Arizona's favorite in that game.
-1.5.
Yeah, I would take the Rams on that, like money line, just to get some money from that.
Yeah, so I mean, this is like classic George Costanza, classic. I'm flipping, flopping. You would take Rams to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals are still figuring things out. The Cardinals they just had a really disappointing loss. Now you got to come home and you got to deal with that. Kyler Murray, I feel, is such a high and low type of guy that when he is high, he's playing amazing. When he's low, he can't rally to save his life. So, but that's not how I'm betting.
Okay, so you're going to take Kyler.
I'm going to take Arizona Cardinals -1.5.
I like it, dude. I mean, I think it's a strategy. We'll see how it works. Okay.
All right. So let's move on to the Sunday night game, which, man, Caleb Williams came in. Chicago is such a big market, and they're like, let's give them all the really interesting game. The Bears at the Texans is not a fun Sunday night game.
It has the potential to be interesting with the Bears and their defense and their special teams and all that stuff, but boy, that was a tough start to the season. At least he didn't throw any picks, I guess, if you're going to get really, perfect world, but they didn't get anything going in the running game. Their leading receiver had 36 yards receiving. Caleb threw for 93 yards.
That's what I was looking at right now. 93 yards.
And it's not like it was in the rain. It wasn't in December. It's weird. I mean, look, he's new. We get it. But he's going up against a dude that did it last year as a rookie and kicked ass. So I don't know.
It's 6.5. That Bears defense is good. That Bears defense scored 32 fantasy points, scored a touchdown. Although the Titans did a lot of weird stuff at the end. Someone said if the Titans would have just kneeled the ball out, you know, it took the time down, they would have won. Like all they had to do was just not turn the ball over. But I think the Texans are just a really good team with Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, with C.J. Stroud. I think
Taco
they're
Bell.
gonna, yeah, yep. Taco Bell, he's a fan of the program.
Mixon was running the ball hard as shit last week too. So
Yeah, I think -6.5. You touchdown favorite for the Texans is easy. Um,
so that's why you're going with the Bears.
I'm going Bears +6.5. Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yeah, because it's just it. I almost wanted to go with the under because you think the Texans are going to light it up. But I think the Bears Titans covered, right? Even though the defense was stout.
Yeah, there was a
They,
lot of points. It was like
yeah,
it was decently scoring. It wasn't like 17-10.
yeah. I'm going Bears +6.5. Shout out Tony Heck.
I'll go Texans. Uh,
Last game, Monday night game, Battle of the Birds.
oh,
I'm just not a big like. I don't think the Eagles are fun to watch.
they were so. Look, I'm going to give them a pass because they had to play in South
Brazil.
Africa. So I'm giving them a pass. They came out of it with a win. That's like the best case scenario. You can make arguments like if you lose that game, if you're a Packers fan, you're like, dude, that game was weird. We had to go to Argentina and play. And if you're the Eagles, you're like, hey, we went to Bolivia and we won, so that's good. So I think that's a great outcome for them. They get out of there. They're like, all right, cool, we're by ourselves. So I think they'll figure it out. They had a little bit more to prepare. They got to watch the games on Sunday night or Sunday rather. Falcons looked weird. Like the boy Kirk Cousins was not himself.
And Sam Darnold looked amazing with Justin Jefferson. So who was it the whole time?
I think that's true. I think Kirk needs to not throw two interceptions. Give the ball to Bijan. Give the ball to
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts.
Pitts. But the Eagles are feisty, man. Like
Do you remember?
Saquon's back.
Do you remember when the Falcons drafted Kyle Pitts with the 4th overall pick?
Was he? I thought he was top 10. I didn't know he was 4.
I'm like,
Jeez.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
He's showed like if you just give him the ball, he's going to play well. That was their issue. Was they had them and the Jets had like the worst quarterbacks for the last 3 years.
So what's your pick?
I like the. I'm not going to George Costanza it. I'm going to take. I'm going to take the Eagles -4.
-4. You gonna move the line?
Sorry, that's where
It's
it
6.5
started.
right now, isn't it?
That's 6.5. That's where it opened. Why did they show me where it opened? Like, who cares what it opened at?
Yeah. It'll do like an opened and then what it currently is. Yeah. Kyle froze. Kyle was so mad at the lines, he froze. Kyle! Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. You have Jacksonville Jaguars picked Trevor Lawrence. New York Jets picked Zach Wilson. San Francisco. The 2021 NFL draft was terrible. Terrible. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence go number 1. Fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Trevor Lawrence isn't. We had Zach Wilson go second. Trey Lance, who? Kyle Pitts. So you went Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts. Then Jamar Chase. Then Jalen Waddle. Then Penei Sewell. Then J.C. Horn. And then Patrick Surtain. That is wild. That is wild. And then you had Devontae Smith go with the Eagles, Justin Fields went with the Bears, Micah Parsons, Rashawn Slater. Like those are Najee Harris. 2021 NFL draft was a little out there. I like doing draft recaps and looking back like, dang, why didn't we pick him? Also, how's Jalen Waddle? Jalen Waddle's a stud. How is he not a a first round. He hasn't made first team All American. Jalen Waddle. That's wild. I don't know what his pick was. Oh, I do. It was Eagles. He was really mad. Eagles -4. Eagles -6.5 currently. I think it's so hard to take the Falcons +6.5. It's so hard to take them. They did not look good at all, but I'm so cold. I'm cold as ice. Give me the Eagles. No. Falcons. Falcons +6.5. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ride it this week. Falcons +6.5. Bears +6.5. Dolphins -1.5. Cardinals -1.5. And then the weird game of the Colts Packers. I don't know why he picked that game. He's so excited about that game. He's like, the Colts are going to dominate. Malik Willis is trash. Over 40. 40 points is nothing. One team can score. You know, the Colts could very well score 45 points in this game and cover themselves. But I guess they don't have any faith in Anthony Richardson to get through that. Listen. We're ice cold. We're going to turn it around. It's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We're not sprinting to the money. We're going to marathon our way to the money. We're going to turn this around. Sundown Sports, we love you. We thank you. Follow us on Instagram at sundown_520. Follow us on Twitter or X. Follow us on all the socials. We do stuff every single day on the socials. Every day, stories, highlights. We go to all the Arizona games, the #1 school right now in the nation, hottest winning streak. We are always involved in putting out our sports picks and reactions and doing our 2-sip energy drink and 2-sip drink reviews. Please follow us. We love you. Thank you. I bid adieu.